Hi everyone, I'm Scott from Sharkey's Greenhouses and Beat Your Neighbor Fertilizer, and a much anticipated video. We're going to be talking about how many plants to put in each different size hanging basket. Now we're really going to break this down, so we're going to be doing probably multiple videos, but today we're just going to be talking about petunias. So we're not talking about geraniums, we're not talking about lantana, we're not talking about all these different calibrachoas, and we're just going to talk about petunias today. And as a full disclaimer here, we have multiple different brands of petunias. They're not all proven winners. We have different varieties, so we're going to be giving you a very broad scope. But I want to take this and break it down into 8-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch, and 14-inch hanging baskets. And yes, I have the hangers off of the hanging baskets so they're not in my way or poking me. So I just have the containers, the pots, the 8, 10, 12, and 14-inch hanging baskets. So let's get right into this. Let's start with our smallest, the 8-inch hanging basket. I absolutely will not put a Super Petunia into an 8-inch hanging basket. Why? They get way too big and it's way too much work. So we have to have one of the small, either mounding or the semi-trailing petunias in an 8-inch hanging basket. Even, you know, bedding plants work great. But what I have here, these are mounding petunias. And it will kind of mound, kind of like muffin over, that muffin top that people talk about. That's what this is going to do. It will crest up and kind of come over, but I'm just going to put one in an 8-inch hanging basket because otherwise its demands are going to be way too much. And you know, you can watch our other videos that we have on hanging basket sizes. These are fine for the people that are retired or they're at home. You know, don't grab an 8-inch hanging basket if you're working class, because are you going to come home and water that hanging basket, you know, at lunchtime because it's hot or the wind is drying everything down? The 8-inch hanging baskets, that volume is way too small, so we cannot put great big Super Petunias into a small hanging basket like this. So the 8-inch hanging baskets, I get very particular and I make sure that I only have some of the smaller, more petite petunias in the 8-inch hanging basket. I'm only going to put one in those. Moving up to the next size, the 10-inch hanging basket. So I have some of the proven winners, and these are the lovey-dovey series. We love these. They get pretty big. They're a little more compact flower. I'm only going to put 2, maybe 3 of these plants into a 10-inch hanging basket. Probably just 2, and that will fill out very nicely. And again, this will crest over and mound down, and it won't cover the entire pot, but it will cover a lot of it. So that's the 10-inch hanging basket, and really that's kind of my starter hanging basket as far as size, as far as volume of soil. That's where I like people to really start at, because the bigger hanging baskets are actually easier to water. Moving into the 12-inch hanging basket. Now this combination here looks spectacular together, and they're different brands. So this is not all one brand, but we have the latte, and I'm going to have 3 of these Super Petunias and 2 of the blackie, the black petunias. These are really unique, and this combination looks fabulous together. So I have 3 and 2, so we have a total of 5 plants, and that's pretty normal for what we'll do in a 12-inch hanging basket. These are where that 12-inch hanging basket, that's really that starting point where you have that soil volume and you can really work with a lot of different types and varieties of the Super Petunias especially. So you can get creative and do, you know, like this is a really neat color combination that turns out fabulous. Moving up to the 14-inch hanging basket, this is what we put on our buildings. I love the 14-inch hanging basket because I know that that has a lot of soil volume to it, and we can put in several of the Super Petunias and know that this container, this hanging basket, is going to get ginormous. Normally our hanging baskets are 5 to 6 feet in diameter. This is where you can really get creative because you have a lot of plants that you can put in here. And I'm going to say that you can put 7 to 9 plants in a 14-inch hanging basket. 7 to 9 of the Super Petunias especially. And that's where it gets fun, that you can really create some color combinations. And our personal taste, you know, I would not just do an all white hanging basket. You could, but I'm just really showing you, we have all of these are Snowdrift, and that's that white series in the Vista series. But we love mixing them up with, in that Proven Winners Vista series, with the bubblegum and the fuchsia, which is kind of a hot pink, and the white. I'll split it up with doing a few of the bubblegum, a few of the fuchsia color, and then maybe just 2 of the white, because the white is really prominent when it starts popping through in a color combination. So we'll usually do a little bit less of the white. So 7 to 9 of the Super Petunias in that Proven Winners series. Those turn out fantastic. Now, if you want to add in something a little different, you could add in vines. So I have some potato vine here. If you're going to do that, I would substitute. Take out 2 of the petunias and maybe on either side, put the trailing potato vine or just a vinca vine or whatever you want to mix in there. So when you're mixing different combinations, especially different petunias with something like potato vine, you have to make sure that they're compatible. Meaning, if the petunias outgrow the vines, you'll never even see them. They'll just absolutely squish them and roll right over them, and they won't let them grow. But potato vine is very aggressive also. So you can use the Proven Winners Super Petunias with something like potato vine because it is also aggressive. So you have to look at the tag and it will tell you what the vigor is. And the vigor is the strength of that plant and how vigorous it is to grow, and it might just take over. You know, with going back again to the Proven Winners, that Vista series, it's so vigorous it'll just snuff out other plants. So we have to make sure that they can play together well. So I want to just show, this is a 10-inch hanging basket and this is a 12-inch hanging basket. They're not done growing. They're just in their kind of infancy stage. They will get a lot bigger, but you can see how well that fills out. So these petunias are a mounding petunia, so it's going to grow up and it's going to cover most of that hanging basket. Where these are Super Petunias from Proven Winners, and those are very aggressive, and that will get massive. So you will not see the hanging basket at all when that fills out. But that series, we love that color combination with the royal velvet and the royal magenta. It turns out fantastic, and it's one of our customers' favorites. So if you're liking our how-to videos, be sure to give us a thumbs up and to follow us on Facebook, and also to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then you can also head on over to our beatyourneighbor.com website, where we have more tips and tricks with our blog. And of course, you can find our Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer, which is what will really make these flowers grow and get big and huge, and your neighbors will be absolutely jealous of your yard. So be sure to head over to beatyourneighbor.com and check all that out. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.